And welcome back to another exciting episode of Nztechteacher. Previously, we've looked at setting up a cross-lap join, which is this one here, a finger join, and how to scan and cut in Illustrator. Today, we're going to look at the living hinge join. So to give you an idea of what that can do, simple Google search. If you look at vector files, so these are all the things that it does. So if you can imagine, we'll look at some images. So whenever you want to bend a sheet of MDF or acrylic or other material around an object, you can actually use a laser cutter to cut a series of lines very close together to make that happen. So on this example here, you can see how they've created these round, I guess they might be some sort of cup holder. You can see how that piece of MDF has been shaped around a form, and these other examples. There's quite a few different ways you can design the pattern to cut, but we're just going to look at a simple one, which is this kind of pattern here. So I'll just save this image, copy it, and I'll put it into Illustrator. So there's our basic living hinge there. So you can see it's really just a simple pattern. You've got this line here, which is a cut, and then you've got another line that goes over the edge, and this one that goes over the edge. The distance between the lines is what to experiment with. So if you've got a piece of 3mm MDF that you know you're cutting, you'd probably make that gap 3mm, or maybe slightly less, maybe 2.5mm. And then from this edge to the outer edge, you'd probably also make that the same distance. And the middle gap, you'd probably make that double. So if that was 3mm between these two lines, you'd probably make that 6mm. So to draw that in Illustrator, it's pretty straightforward. Again, just start with a simple rectangle and make your rectangle, let's go 100 long by 50 high. There's our rectangle there. You can probably make it a little bit longer, maybe 150, and it's disappeared because it needs a stroke and fill. If you press D, you'll bring back default settings, and there it is there. And we want to make a line that the line's 3mm apart. So the way to do it that I quite like to do is to draw a square that is 3 by 3. So I'm going to make a square that's 3 by 3mm, and I'm going to use that to help me position my guides. So it's quite small, so I'm going to just put it there somewhere like that, and I'm going to drag a guide across like this, and another one across like this, and I might put one right like that, and then I'm going to copy my wee square, drag it down to the bottom, and make another line there. Okay, so now I can just making sure that my guides are locked. I'm just going to right click on the white space and select unlock guides so they're locked. That's good. Now for this here, I'm going to get the line tool. So I'm going to start at this point here, and if I hold down shift, it makes it a vertical line. If I hold down, if I drag to the right, it makes it horizontal. So I'm going to go from here to here like that, and I'm going to make that stroke just black for now so I can see it. Now my second one needs to go all the way through, so you can see it goes over the edge and it's going to go somewhere in the middle. So what I'll do is just drag a guide down, select a shape, drag a guide down to the middle like that, and I want to just position my square on that line, and I'm going to zoom in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. And just holding the edge should snap to that guide. Okay, so now I need to draw a line that goes from here, holding shift, over the line like that. And then I'll do the same here. Shortcut for line is just L. No, it's not. It's this one here. And then I'm going to get my box and I'm going to just drag it across here and then get another guide, pull it across like that. And now I'm just going to copy that line by holding Alt, dragging it across. If you hold Alt and Shift at the same time, it should keep it in line, which is quite a handy feature. And if I zoom out, now all I need to do really is just repeat that same pattern for a certain distance. So to repeat the same pattern, I'm going to make those lines into a group. So to do that, I will select, I'll just make sure that there's box here. I'll turn off the fill layer. And I'm going to select these three lines here and that one there holding shift. Is it going to let me do it? Okay, so now I'm going to go edit, object group. So I've got my group there. So holding Alt and Shift at the same time, I can now pull them across like so. And now if I want to make a long group, I'll select all of that at the same time, hold down Alt and Shift, and now you can see I've got a nice pattern going on. And I'll do probably another set, holding down Alt and Shift. And now I can delete that and I'll zoom out and you can see we've created that pattern quite easily. Last thing I'm going to do is to turn off the guides. So go to View, Guides, Clear Guides, and I want this to be a cut layer. So I'll need to change all of these lines so they are red. So to do that, remember to go up to your default swatches, video and film, and select red. And to change the thickness, you want it to be 0.001, enter. And that is our living hinge join.